Hello, we are the Vintage Vault. We've sold over 1,200 items this year, and today we're going to talk about the summer slowdown.
Yeah, summer slowdown. The summer slowdown is not an official term. It's a phenomenon which happens when it's summer and sales are slowing down. It's nothing too complicated. It has to do with a couple of reasons, and we'll be discussing first of all what it is, how you can notice if you are affected by the summer slowdown, which most of the time everyone is, but there are signs that you can notice when it's going to start. We'll talk about that one. Then we're going to talk about what we did, and then we're going to talk about some solutions you can find to compensate for the lack of sales that will be happening in the summer. Of course, we are already in the middle of the summer slowdown, so this video may come a little late. But maybe you can use these tips to your advantage right now still, and definitely use them for next year. So, first of all, what is summer slowdown exactly?
Summer slowdown is a term made up by resellers, which means that once the summer starts, it gets warmer, people are less active on platforms like Vinted or eBay, and you notice that your sales are significantly going down, which means that you'll be making less money.
Yeah.
In short, that's pretty much what it means.
People will spend their money elsewhere. They will spend it on holidays. They won't be home because of the holidays, so they can't order items. So you're going to see a significant drop in your sales, which also, if you just started, it's only a good sign, because if you're managing, it means you'll only do better when this is over. The complete opposite of the summer slowdown is the holidays period, November, December. The sales will be sky high during that time, and you can see a big difference between those two periods, and every other period is somewhere in between. This is the lowest you're gonna get, and end of November, beginning of this December is the highest you're gonna get. If you do it right. I mean, these are both periods you need to prepare for, and the holiday period will cover in a couple of months. That is not the time right now. But there are some things that you could do to prepare yourself a lot better for the summer slowdown.
Yeah, exactly. I also want to add to that in the summer people are buying t-shirts, button shirts, and these items are less likely to be expensive. If you have, for instance, in November, December, you sell heavy winter jackets, they could go for 100 euros per piece, for instance. Yeah. With t-shirts, it's a lot less. They're worth a lot less, so that's also a reason why the summer slowdown happens.
Yeah, and of course, what you might see in summer, which won't happen a lot in the winter, is people will maybe buy more items, but they will buy less expensive ones. It won't necessarily say that you're, depending on what you sell, of course, it doesn't necessarily mean you will sell less items, but you'll definitely make less money. We are seeing bundles go out of 8 to 10 t-shirts, which only get us like 40 to 50 euros, but people won't buy 8 to 10 sweaters very quickly, or 8 to 10 jackets, which is a small difference in the statistics. But of course, if people did buy 10 sweaters, it would be 200 euros and not 50. So yeah, the summer slowdown, and first of all, let's discuss what we tried to do about it. This is our first summer doing this full time as a complete business.
Yeah.
And the biggest, I wouldn't call it a mistake, because it was a difference in business structure. We did wholesale before the summer, which of course we quit since a couple of weeks. So our stock was very, very different. What we did notice was polos were selling really quickly through wholesale. So that probably means they did well for summer and a lot of people were preparing for summer. But because we were stuck with a lot of items that weren't fit for summer.
Like sweaters or track jackets, hoodies, jeans.
These are all items that we could sell for 10 euros right now, but if we had waited 4 months, we might have gotten 20. Which is unfortunate. It is the way it is. Of course, you could say, why don't you just wait? Because the money needs to keep moving. If we're waiting, we're not making anything. So right now, of course, as we've said before, we're just trying to get rid of all of our stuff, which is what we'll be doing. But in hindsight, if we could skip to next March, April, we would do a lot of things very differently.
Yes, for sure.
And we'll go over that really quickly. I think first of all, what we would do is get rid of the winter stock earlier.
Yeah.
Maybe
lower the prices so that everything's gone in March, April maximum.
Yeah, start selling it out by February, March, so that it's gone. Now we're stuck with some really expensive jackets, which won't sell in the summer, but will sell in the winter. So it's just stuck there. That is one thing we would have done, and we would have also bought different items.
Yeah, more t-shirts, more polos, more button shirts, just more summer-related items.
Yeah. I mean, we did buy a lot of summer mixes. We did like 500 kgs, but it was too many low-value t-shirts.
Yeah, too many ugly items.
Yeah, stained, dirty, and I would say we should, depending on your budget, but we should have focused on the expensive summer items. We had the budget to purchase a lot of it, and we didn't. And right now we are facing the consequences of that decision. So next summer we would completely redo it. We would focus a lot more on the more expensive summer items.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah. We wouldn't buy sweaters.
No.
At least not the heavy ones. There are always certain types of sweaters which may sell, but generally I wouldn't try that. Shorts is something we should have looked at earlier.
Yeah, Carhartt Dickie shorts, for instance.
Yeah, we didn't, and now we believe it's too late. Buying it now won't make any sense because you've missed the peak of selling those items.
Yeah.
So that's something that we should have looked at earlier. Things like caps did pretty well at the start of the summer. We overpriced a lot of those, but those are also items which do well in summer. So preparing is really important.
Yeah, make sure you have the right items for the right times of the year.
Yeah, and get your money before the summer starts, and don't invest everything, because you need to have a reserve to be prepared for this period. You might face some problems financially and some bills that come in a little later, like your taxes, and because it is not moving that quickly, you can't just lower the price on everything and sell it and get your money back. It is a waiting game. So don't overinvest. Do it bit by bit. Order a small batch first, and if it does well, order a little more. Don't put all your eggs into the same basket. And by that I mean more of a time period than the categories, of course. But that is definitely something I recommend.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what we did wrong. Right now we had a difficult choice to make regarding buying stock. We had a discussion saying if we bought our stock right now, it's the 1st of July, The second when we upload this probably. It's the 1st of July. If we bought stock now, we would get it in 2 weeks. Process it the next 3 to 4 weeks, and we would be in the middle of August when we were finally able to start selling.
Yeah. And that's when the summer period's almost over.
Yeah.
The holidays are almost over. And that would be a dumb decision if we would do that.
Yeah, buying summer stock right now is not the best choice anymore.
No.
We are in the middle of the summer slowdown. You are too late to prepare. At this moment, you just have to accept how it is. So we're just clearing out everything we have slowly over the coming 1.5, 2 months. And then we are going to fully prepare for winter, for the 4th quarter, when sales are going to be high. And we're going to make sure we have the right items in the right amounts and not get everything out there at once.
Yeah.
Do it more efficiently. Spreading it out. Of course, as a Vinted Pro seller, your turnaround time is a little slower. From the moment you sell something to the moment you get the money is around 2 to 3 weeks, sometimes 4, sometimes more. So it is important that you time everything correct. If you're not a pro seller, you might get your money in 3 to 4 days, which is really nice because you can reinvest the money immediately.
Yeah.
It's important that you spread out everything that you have and do it thoughtfully. Don't just go out there, list everything at once, see what happens.
Yeah. Do some research first. Try it small. If it works, you go bigger.
Yeah.
If it keeps working, you stay doing the same. And if it doesn't work, you try something else.
Yeah, and reevaluate every time. Make a plan, see how your last plan worked, and be realistic about the time period. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to buy it now, everything will be sold within a week at this price. It won't. So be very careful about the expectations you set and be realistic. Because if we had gone ahead with the plan that we had, we would have made the mistake of buying the stock right now, and we would have been too late to actually sell it, which we only found out when we actually did the calculations of how quickly we would turn this around.
Yeah.
So that's definitely one to keep in mind. And yeah, I guess there are other options, of course. In the summer, if your sales are slow and you don't want to risk it, you can just stop your business for a short period of time.
Yeah, if it is an option.
Yeah, if it just doesn't go quick enough, just keep your money, don't spend it. Maybe do spend it on winter stock when it is discounted. Just keep it in your garage, on your attic, wherever you want. Keep it there and get a part-time job in the meantime. Get some more money so that when the summer slowdown is over and you can start making some real money again, you have all that stock discounted, waiting for you, ready to go.
Yeah.
That is, those are other options. I mean, you could also do reselling part-time job, but those aren't. It's not weird to do it. I mean, eventually you're doing this for yourself to make money, and if you have a business that doesn't run very well for 3 months because of the time period, do something else.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no shame in that. It's always worth a try. I mean, if you keep going and going and going and you're not selling, then your business won't be there when you can actually start making money, which is in 2 to 3 months from now.
Yeah, exactly. But don't give up. That's what I want to say. If you're noticing your sales are slowing down, it's not weird. It happens to everyone, especially if you didn't make the right choice. But it's a mistake and you learn from mistakes. So I would say don't give up. Maybe get another job just for the summer. And then when the summer's over, you're going to notice that your sales are going to go up again.
Definitely. Yeah. And even if you did make the right choices, maybe you bought the right stock, maybe did everything correct, and your sales are still low. It's just what it is. Yeah. It's just a time period. There's nothing you can do about it. So adapt to the situation and taking a side step by working 2 to 3 days at your local restaurant or grocery shop. It's not that big of a problem. You're not stopping your business, you're just putting it in a time out, you're taking a little time back, and you're choosing yourself so you can actually sustain the money you got, and your business doesn't fail in the long run. And when you're done, summer slowdown is over, and you're noticing your sales picking up again, you can just quit that extra job, and you can do this full time again. Yeah, that's our advice.
Yeah.
So if you guys have any questions about the summer slowdown, let us know.
Mm-hmm.
Any specifics?
Yeah. Any other questions as well?
Yeah. Tell us what you guys did to prepare for the summer slowdown. If we think it was the right choice, the wrong choice. Maybe you didn't notice any drop in sales at all.
Yeah. Also let us know.
Yeah, that would be very interesting.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess that's it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
See you next time.
Yeah.
The weekly recap.
Yeah. See you Monday.
Bye.
Bye.